Yeah, Tim Hughes and Ben Cantillon, and let it be known it's 8:31. You're with Inspirational Breakfast on Premier on this Monday morning. Very good morning to you and welcome if you've just joined us. John and Phoebe with you through till 9 this morning. And we're talking about business this morning, especially as so many people have lost their jobs and perhaps been forced either to start a whole new career or to start up their own business. We've already heard from a number of you, including a man who started a website design business, Koinonos, specialising in charities and churches after he was made redundant. But the economic downturn has had a massive impact on the jobs market.
Yeah, companies have tightened their belts, they're shedding workers and unemployment is on the rise. But it's not all doom and gloom, is it, John?
No, it's prompted many people to try pastures new, to go it alone or even start up their own business.
Yeah, and one thing's for sure, you have to try that little bit harder in the current economic climate.
Well, our next guest this morning knows a thing or two about business. He's a networking expert and apprentice advisor to Lord Alan Sugar.
Yeah, and his facial expressions on the show and wonderfully dry humour tell you exactly what he thinks of the contestants.
I wonder if you've guessed yet. Yes, it's Nick Hewer, whom you also may have seen on Countdown these days. Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning, John and Phoebe.
Good morning.
You're scarcely off our screens these days.
I've been very busy, it's true, and I'll soon be quite busy on your screens again, but I'm not going to tell you when. Because it's Apprentice is looming. Apprentice is looming.
Wow, it's nearly that time of year.
It is indeed.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
It all went a little wrong for Alan, but he must have been happy that he won that constructive dismissal.
I think that was, silly business altogether, but justice was seen in the end, yeah.
It's very tough out there at the moment, isn't it, Nick, for many people?
Of course. I mean, you made a great point, actually, a few minutes ago. So many people are very tragically being laid off. And, you know, a lot of people in their sort of, I guess, 40s and 50s think, well, am I ever going to get another job when this economy turns around? And the answer possibly, sadly, because of their age, is perhaps not. But this is the time to think about starting your own business because they will have built up a wealth of experience, and they perhaps can put that to good use. And in fact, on The Apprentice, most of the tasks that we run these days are about starting businesses with pretty much no capital. Okay, and that is one of Alan Sugar's sort of key beliefs, that just because there's a recession does not mean to say that you can't start a business. In fact, if you've got drive, creativity and experience and a few quid, you can do it. And, you know, now is the time, gentlemen and ladies. But how do you do it? How do you do it? You've got to have confidence. As I say, you've got to have a little bit of money, some common skill, and you've got to be brave, and you've got to go out there and sell yourself. And here at Vistaprint.co.uk, what we've done is undertaken a piece of research talking about networking, because you've got to sell yourself when you're starting up a new business. And the amazing thing is that 25%, 26% even, of small business owners aren't networking because they don't think it's relevant. Of course it's relevant. There are lots and lots of statistics, you know. For instance, only 56% of small business owners use business cards, and that's what we at Vistaprint are up to. Only half. They're nuts.
Wow.
Yeah.
There we go. Nick, I mean, networking kind of gets a bit of a bad press, doesn't it? Because some people think that it's you're going into a relationship with an ulterior motive, or you're trying to get something out of someone. You're not just being friends with them. Do you think that's fair, or do you think that we need to see networking in a whole new
Well,
light?
there's networking and there's networking. If you sidle up to somebody on the pretext of doing something else, then that's not very attractive. But if you go in to some group that is in fact relevant to you, and you talk to them about your business and give them a card at the end of it, they're completely sensible. Now, the thing is, pick your audience. You know, if you're a sort of, let's say you're a heart surgeon, yes, for instance, and you go into, I don't know, a convention of electrical engineers, you might think, well, hold on a minute, why? So it's often sensible to pick your audience or the group to whom you're talking so that there's some relevance to it. That's probably a terribly bad example, John. I apologise.
Well, a lot of British people traditionally don't much like putting themselves forward, or do you think programmes like The Apprentice prove that's not the case?
Well, I think people are improving and becoming more confident, but certainly, I mean, the key things are overcome your diffidence and your fear and actually go in, present yourself. I was in a meeting the other day with 2 or 3 journalists as it happened. And Karen Brady was in another room. And this is, I thought, was fantastic. She walked in, she walked straight up to me, gave me a big kiss on both cheeks, and then she turned to them and said, "I'm Karen Brady," and shook hands with each of them.
Right.
You know, it was an absolute example of confidence and presence and all the rest of it.
Right, right.
Yeah? Now, if she had a Vistaprint card, she could have given them a card as well, but there we are. Yeah.
What about LinkedIn? Should you ever use that as a networking tool?
Oh, I think LinkedIn is good, but the point really is, when you're confronted with a person, I use the word confronted in the nicest possible way, when you meet somebody, you are showing them who you are, who is the provider of the business that this chap's talking about, you know? And you can sell yourself, you're well turned out, you're confident and all the rest of it, and you give them a card, shake hands. Now, that's proper selling, you know? A deal is done when you shake hands and you've made some sort of contact. LinkedIn, listen, it's successful, of course it is, but the point is it's impersonal. It's impersonal, and there's nothing like face-to-face contact.
Okay, so this is what this Vistaprint survey has revealed, that customers prefer personal contact, and it's true, isn't it? I mean, when I get my hair cut, I go to the guy I know and I've known for years, because I keep going there. I don't like walking to somewhere where I don't know.
But also, you know, if you meet somebody, and the statistic is very strong, that people would far prefer to buy from people they've met, you know, and that they somehow feel they know, you know. And the card that you give them, well designed, well printed, good looking, says a lot about you. When you've left the room, they say, yeah, okay. It's better than scratching out your phone number on a piece of paper, isn't it? A good, well-designed card. And we've got thousands of designs. Just go to the website, you know. It's all there. It's all there.
We will. When does the next Apprentice series start?
I'm not going to tell you, but
You're
soon.
not going to tell us?
I think
okay.
we've got trails that have actually gone down very well. This is the Goldfinger Trail that's running at the moment.
Oh, yes.
It's hilarious. And I had to fall on a crash mat protecting Karen from one of Lord Sugar's stubby fingers, and I had to do it quite a lot. And they've got some sort of offcuts of it, so they're using another trailer with me falling time and time again. It's quite funny.
Excellent.
Hope you didn't hurt yourself,
I
Nick.
did, actually.
You did? How did you hurt yourself?
It was so funny because they have a stunt coordinator, you know, and he said, "I am your stunt coordinator. Here are the mats." And when I fell, they skidded away. I fell on the concrete.
Oh, no. Oh, you poor thing.
I know, and at my age too. Never mind.
Oh, dear.
I gave him a card.
Thank you very much. Yes.
Well, you need to find someone else, maybe.
All right.
Oh, dear.
Thanks very much for talking to us
My
this
pleasure.
morning anyway. Really appreciate it. And
Thanks, Nick.
we look forward to seeing you
Thanks,
all
John.
over again.
Yeah,
Thanks,
very
Phoebe.
soon.
Mr. Hewer, thank you very much indeed. Nick Hewer there, who is one of the advisors, apprentice advisors to Lord Alan Sugar, and is involved in all kinds of other things these days as well.
Yeah, and Countdown and all sorts.
Thank you very much indeed. Let's talk to a couple of people about...